Hi guys, I want to read a couple of ads because these ads are what sponsored the podcast. So the first ad is, this podcast is brought to you by Couch the Worm. Couch the Worm is a Twitter account that tweets haikus. So if you guys don't know what the fuck haikus are, they are like sentences that describe a story in a format of syllables. So it's 575, like Jonathan goes home, and then 7, then 5. So if you all want to learn more about haikus and the guy that is behind these haikus and is also sponsoring the podcast, check out Couch the Worm on Twitter. Link is in description below. He doesn't want to have Instagram, he only wants to have Twitter, so please follow his Twitter. He also sponsors the podcast, so please. This ad is also brought to you by Juicy, Jucy, homemade pet treats. It's 100% human grade and 100% homemade pet food. Follow Juicy and direct message YCS to alias JUCY_treats for a 10% discount today. Offer ends last day of August 2020. Juicy is only on Instagram, no other platforms. I'm trying to convince Juicy to go onto more platforms, but for now, it's just Instagram. On today's podcast, we have Junkit, who is the owner of Down to Bones in OUG and also in Sanctuary Mall. Junkit is all of our, me, Chok, and Andrew's senior, even Boyge's senior in high school, and he opened up Down to Bones, I don't know. I think Junkit has taught us so much about F&B, and this is probably one of the best things we've learned and seen through. Just give him a shot, give him a chance, and I think you will love it and learn so much from this podcast. And welcome back to Yamcha Sessions, guys. Today we have Junkit from Down to Bones. You wanna flash a shirt? You want the shirt even for the podcast. Junkit is Junkit is the owner of Down to Bones. Wait, you have a partner as well, right?
Yeah, I have two partners.
What's your partner's name again?
Wong and Kelvin.
Kelvin is the guy with the tattoo on the leg, right?
Yeah, the tattoo guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know that you guys started Down to Bones long ago at the hawker store behind. What was it, next to KK? Is it next to KK? No, next to 99 Street Mart.
The same row. Yeah.
Next to 99 Street Mart. And I remember I saw it on I think it was a blog spot or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, fuck man, dude, I gotta try these ribs. Because nobody ever talks about food in OUG. They only know OUG as the pork noodle place. Or
or
very bad traffic.
Or like
Chinese
Jade
food.
OUG.
Like a Chinese food heaven.
Yes.
Yeah.
And stupid porridge, I don't know.
Crowded, bro.
But at that time, I if I'm not mistaken, I came back from the US and it was a top catch as well. That was up and coming. So OUG was really up and coming. And then after that, when you opened Down the Bones, I was like, shit, man. So I also so happened started vlogging at that time. I got my new camera. I was like, day. And I also started dating Jen, coincidentally. I was like, fuck it, let's go try Down to Bones, man.
So Down to Bones helped me.
The ribs brought us together. Then after that, I was like, damn man, this is fucking good shit. And Manatao, I think it was a year or 2 years later, straight away, your own outlet. And now you have 2 outlets, right?
Yeah.
Damn, I don't know whether you have read his Facebook posting about. I know you sent it to me. I know Andrew didn't see it.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, because you participated in what? The faith thing.
The faith-based. It's like the essay contest.
So it's you talk about your business and shit like that.
How we started
okay,
and stuff.
cool.
Yeah.
So I don't want to steal the limelight away from you, right? How did it all start for people? How did it start? What was your background?
Right.
How did you meet your friends and all?
So I've actually been friends with my partners for I think 20 years, 10.
What
Wow.
the fuck?
Since
So high school
secondary.
friends,
Yeah.
Are they South
actually
Janian?
Primary school. No, I'm
wow.
Taman Yao.
Oh.
Since high school, right?
Okay.
So that's one part of it, right? We wanted to start something, right? And actually I'm from IT.
Okay.
Dude,
there's a race. IT seems to be the way to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I actually I was a programmer and then I was a business analyst. So I actually climbed the ladders like quite fast.
Uh-huh.
I actually the youngest project manager in that company. I
Wow.
actually climbed 27.
Wow.
27?
Where were you working previously? When you were in IT?
What was I working?
Where were you
Where
working?
Fusion X is actually a local firm.
Okay.
So local firm, but they grew really fast.
I see.
Okay.
IPO and
Wow.
Wow, the IPO also.
Yeah, it's
Damn,
crazy.
man.
Jesus.
Yeah, so it's crazy business lah. They're doing
Yeah.
big data and stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
So it was very comfortable in a way. I'm earning 5 figures at 27. It's like
Wow.
it's a dream life lah, right?
Yes,
Basically.
yeah.
Where is my?
you have bro. Yeah, but I think what I didn't really enjoy to that part is that it's not something you own at that
I
age,
see.
Yeah, for
you know.
sure.
It's just not yours, right? And also, I actually acquired a very special skill there, which is to read gaps. I don't know how you identify gaps. You know, so any food or any business sense or any restaurant comes from gap.
Okay.
So if you think about ribs, right, what do you think of it? Before down to bones, let's not talk about down to bones. You think about Morgan Fields, right?
Okay.
You think about Wintries,
Like
right?
the larger
chain, right? And they're priced at like 80, half
Yeah,
as
some
that, right?
absurd price, yeah.
100
That's ridiculous.
quality.
Like, no one can afford that. Like,
I think if you know Junkit's quality, later on I think we'll get to it. Because I had this conversation with him as well. I want you to know also, and everybody to know how hardcore this is. But you continue Morgan Fields first.
Yeah, so I felt like there's a gap. And then the gap is I wanted to target like the street level or the mid level.
I see.
Okay.
But what do you have at that level? You have like your like your chicken chop, you get like
the Westerner chicken chop at the Hai Chow,
your hawker
right?
stall kind of thing.
Hawker stall,
Above that maybe cafe lah.
Cafe, right? But they use ready-made sauce lah, basically.
Obviously.
I would say majority of it lah.
Yeah.
Right? So I thought I could actually bring this product down to this level. Right? I don't want to go and fight with these big guys.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm gonna be at the end of that. I want to be the first one at this mid segment.
This segment,
That segment. I want to be the first one to be in. So that's how precisely we started, based on just because of that gap and the idea.
Okay.
Oh, that's so specific. That's so much analyzation back then and shit like that.
It's very workaholic lah, basically. Very workaholic lah.
Okay.
Yeah. So from there, what we actually did was we were thinking, can we actually do that? So the only way to do that is to actually cut that piece of rib into a single serving portion.
Yeah.
Voila, your portion, right?
Yes.
I'm
Okay.
selling at 18 when I started.
Yeah.
There's no rental lah. Basically, rental is only like a few $100 lah. So the price is still okay, right? And then with that, you can actually do volume, because when you go down to that segment, you have to do volume rather than
For sure.
Yes.
You have to be more
rather than
mass,
margins.
rather-
You have to do mass. So I think back then in the area we were like 70 tables, 80 tables.
What at the hawk?
At the hawker place. I remember
Wow,
it was like
bro.
a stretch.
He was like, I think on the tarmac road, and then up there also the shaded area also.
Yeah,
Then we
yeah.
all had like the fairy lights and all that. So that's the key identifier. Like you see fairy lights, you know it's got ribs there. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's I
the
think
mess,
that's why we started lah.
Wow.
And actually felt, another factor was actually because frustration lah.
Frustration with 5-figure salary, comfortable job.
No, it's not about the salary. It's about the.
Damn.
I love food a lot. I'm like foodie.
Of course.
I actually had a blog.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
I cannot reveal. I got my ex-girlfriend.
Bro, that's all.
I wanted to say like click. Yeah. So I love food a lot, lah. I've been so I've been trying. So it's like a age thing, When you're young, right? I don't know about you guys, but when I was younger, I actually ate like street food.
Yeah.
Growing up with
Sure.
family,
Of course.
chicken
Yeah.
rice and place and shit.
Hai
all those
Chow.
things, right?
Yeah.
But when you start working, you actually kind of enjoy the finer things, right?
Yeah.
You go to
Caviar,
cafes.
truffle.
Sure.
Ooh,
Yeah.
bro. Okay, ribs for me. Yeah, your different cafes, like your
Okay.
expensive food and such.
More
But-
upscale lah.
more upscale. When you reach to age like 30 and 20, 29-ish, you actually kind of miss your comfort food.
Is it?
That's
You
what
fall back onto your older roots, your one-time.
Yeah, exactly, right. You want to, I'm hunting for banana leaf fries every week, honestly.
Oh my god! Now that
Okay,
you say that, that's so freaking true though.
Yeah, I think it's a, it's a
I see.
So a lot of influence of my food. You see, I actually mix a lot of Malaysian.
Bakwa pasta.
Yeah.
Bro,
yeah.
bakwa
Makes
pasta
sense.
damn sick.
Yeah, so
Damn
it
sick.
kind of grows with me, lah. That concept. Lah.
I see.
It's very hard to write that in paper, but
Obviously,
it's a feeling
Sure,
thing,
sure.
right? Yeah. So basically, that's something I want to incorporate also. So that's why we started. When we started, we only do like ribs, lamb.
I think it was
chicken.
ribs, lamb, and chicken only.
Yeah.
Three
ribs, lamb,
items.
chicken. 3 items. That's all.
But I can see the hustle though, like carrying pails of water to clean and
Oh,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
sure. I can imagine.
Bro, it was hardcore, man.
It's hardcore, lah. Because imagine like a guy who don't know how to cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only cook at home, lah.
Yeah, obviously.
Right?
Yeah.
And
It's for yourself or
for
family
myself,
only.
yeah. So I remember on the first day it was chaotic. Chaotic in the sense like prep and everything.
Of course, yeah.
Right? And then the first month, then we started to cook for 100 people.
Wow.
It's crazy, bro. The pasta at home, when you cook one pack for 5 versus like, I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
how many packs? It's crazy, lah. We had a lot of experience there. We grew up with a lot of comments. I don't know if you know, customer who actually threw plate on the floor.
What the fuck?
They spit on us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had
This is at the hawker area,
the
lah.
hawker area. I think that's where we grew also. You know, either you take that comment badly and
Quit
give
or
up,
you
that's
you
it.
persevere, lah. Yeah.
So I think the lucky thing is that we are very tech savvy lah. I mean, at this stage everyone is tech savvy. Right?
Yeah.
So we have like Facebook, we have like
Instagram, social media, stuff like that. Yeah.
You have things to learn every day.
Mm.
Like how the hell do I even marinate better? How do I get the meat to be tender?
Oh, as in
I see.
reference for your
reference
food.
for food. Like,
Yeah.
I think the science of it basically.
Mm.
You know, it's not just learn it blindly lah.
Yeah.
So I think that's how we grew. That's
So
how we
you and your two partners actually did all this research back end,
Yeah.
and then only started the hawker stuff. But like, how did y'all go like, hey, fuck it lah, guys, we do it. Like, I think it was every weekend only, right?
we do it every weekend because Monday Friday is the
Yeah.
lucky job. You know.
So y'all,
Yeah.
when was the point where y'all like enough research?
Yeah.
Fuck it, let's do it.
I
And
think-
that's what I want to know, bro. That's like a lot of people have ideation,
Yeah.
but execution, right? It's a whole new fucking ballgame.
It is. I think it's you have to preserve. Definitely have to. You can actually test it for 2 weeks and then say let's give up lah. You get what I mean? It's very easy to say let's forget about it.
Yeah.
You know, or you want to say that I think it has to be a driver. There has to be someone who is so passionate about that thing, right? That you just cannot give up, right? Yeah. I think from the way I think of it is that I'm depending on it for the rest of my life.
Wow.
That's how I think about it. So I think the driver there is to actually continue because imagine having the same food. We only tested ribs meat
Yeah.
for 6 months, every weekend, without failure. Yeah. So it's actually in my backyard. We actually brought up like a charcoal place, you know, and then just
My
you know.
God, Jungi, that is so
Yeah.
freaking hardcore.
So it's
bro.
like we tested like different sauce and everything. I think one thing we did was a lot of reference from internet.
Mm.
We took so a lot of people asked us who's your seafood. You know, the older guys like.
Yeah.
I said I only got 2 seafood in my life: Gordon Ramsay and Jamie Oliver. Yeah, I mean, that's how we learn now. Right?
Yeah.
But I think one thing we have is definitely the sense of food. The taste bud there is definitely
Oh, for sure. It's a
strong.
Malaysian thing. It's definitely a Malaysian
Yeah,
thing.
so we have to sort of tone down or localize
Yeah.
it slightly.
Mm.
So I think that took us 6 months lah. The torch thing you remember
Yeah,
was
yeah.
to caramelize because we have sugar in the sauce, so you gotta
Yeah,
give
you have to
the
char,
proofs to that.
yeah.
It was an accidental
Is
find.
it?
Yeah. The torch was to light up the charcoal.
Oh,
I see.
Shit, son. Oh my God,
So
like the
then
fire
we-
started to cook. like,
correct. So we think like actually creme brulee is the
same concept.
Yeah.
right? So why not? Then you know when you try out things, that magic happens lah basically.
Yeah.
As long as you keep trying things, right?
Right.
For 6 months, then magic do happen every week. So that thing ironically become our signature lah.
Yeah.
Bro, it is definitely your signature, bro.
Yeah.
Sek pai kuat,
For sure.
hari kuat
The
is.
torch thing,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
My God.
Yeah. So when do we know let's do it is when we actually every week we invite different group of friends to
Oh, so it's like a trial.
a trial, you know, until they say no more ribs this week, please. You know.
Oh.
Yeah. So at the point where they say it's good enough, then we say okay, let's do it.
Also, it was like you waited for a majority to say, I think this is pretty good. And
Yeah.
then when you had the similar feedback for a lot of people, that's when you like, okay, I'm very confident enough to proceed.
To proceed, right?
I see.
Right. So I think the whole the concept of it is still with me right now. That's where I asked you for the burger.
Yeah. Bro, his burger is damn super. The
I
pork
asked you for a
burger.
burger test.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I do.
If you look through Junkit's phone, it's all like, okay, because it's Android, right? So it's like listed.
Sure.
It's always like test 1, test 2, test 3 of the food
Yeah.
and the item
Oh,
and
wow.
ingredient and all that, you know. So meticulous, dude.
so IT, right?
Very structured.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't even manage 3 of my external hard drives for my videos. So that goes to show that's damn hardcore.
Yeah.
So after that 6 months, then you decided to go with the hawker center first, right?
Correct. So the hawker center was actually my friend's mom's.
Oh,
so,
is it?
Yeah. So we thought
Oh,
like, can we
I
just
didn't know that.
rent for a night?
She owned the whole
She owned the
lot
whole
lah.
place.
I see.
You know, the so we actually fork out like a few thousand each, like $1,000.
Ah,
So
yeah.
the first item we bought was 8 IKEA chairs. 8 IKEA chairs, 4 IKEA tables.
Yeah.
And that's how we started. Basically, that's the only investment that we need.
Oh, that's so cool though. Wow.
Yeah.
What were your other 2 friends doing previously?
One is in events.
Yeah, I know the events.
Yeah,
Kelvin
Kelvin is in events.
Calvin was in events. Okay.
Another one is in factory management.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So that's so like integrated.
So
though.
it's so random, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I think the beauty of it is that we bring different breath into
Yeah.
like this
And perspective.
this
True, true.
industry.
Yeah.
I think one thing that I realized that if you're from F&B and you wanted to start a restaurant, I'm not saying all, but the majority I feel is that you don't stray from what you learn.
Okay.
If you're doing sushi for the whole life. You don't stray. You get what I mean. You just have that background. You
But
don't stray.
You're saying like if you were in IT, it kind of helps you with that direction in your F&B
Correct.
line, is it?
Because
I
you
see.
can be different. You're not bound to your
Just that.
history.
Yeah.
Right? You're not bound to your cooking lessons, your school lessons. Right?
Sure.
Like you see, every single thing in the menu is not norm lah, basically.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
It's
For
not
sure.
norm, right?
The what's that? Cheese ring?
super ring.
Super ring. Dude, actually super ring is I actually don't like super ring, you know.
Yeah.
But you were like, John, I think you should try super ring. Then I like, okay, I'll do it lah. Then after I tried, I'm like, oh my god, actually, what the fuck did I say no?
Because there's a layer of ABC, the sauce ketchup there. It's a
Oh,
secret. Yeah, it's a reveal first time here.
Son.
I see.
Oh
Yeah,
my
so
god.
there's a layer of it that kind of hints you, but you just don't know.
Yeah.
So I just love to play like
the thick soy
the
sauce.
thick soy sauce there.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
that's fucking genius.
So it's
bro.
like fishing. Yeah.
I remember reading in your faith thing, you were saying how like you don't. There are three.
Do's and don'ts.
Yeah,
right?
there are 3 do's and 3 don'ts
Yeah.
in Down to Bones, and this
Okay.
I think you find absolutely shocking, because when I heard it, when I read it, I was like, what the fuck? And then I brought it up to him, and he's like, yeah, it's true, bro. The first don't is no microwaves.
Okay.
The second don't is no canned microwave. I mean, no
No
canned
can
or like
Ready.
ready-made
Ready-made
powdered
stuff,
or
I see.
shit like
Yeah.
that. I don't know. What's the third don't again?
Uh,
I remember it was something. I
no
don't remember the-
microwave, no can open ready food.
I forgot already.
No refill.
But I remember those two were
Yeah.
Yeah.
really, really hit me, you know. Because I was like, what's wrong with using a microwave? Just defrost lah. Then he was like, bro, we don't defrost.
Oh shit.
Exception. The only thing that we defrost is lamb because it's imported.
Oh, okay.
That's the
okay.
only exception because Malaysia
There's
don't
no
do
choice.
That Malaysia
Yeah.
don't do lamb. So I was telling you the reason is because we have fresh produce all over like Malaysia, right?
Yeah.
Why do you even go and freeze that
So you
And
source
then-
everything locally lah.
locally? So that's why we have very good relations with suppliers.
Yep.
You know, to extent that they deliver here daily every day. So even if it's today, I need 5 Thai, they have to deliver here.
Yep.
Drew,
Yeah.
can you imagine
So-
that? Bro?
Yeah, that's super impressive.
But yeah, I was telling John also that the only reason why is because one thing is ingredient. The
Sure.
respect and
Yeah.
love for ingredient really is you don't
That
need
is-
any like crazy sauce
That is
or
very true.
Yeah.
expensive ingredients, right? You just
Everything
need
is
to
a
respect.
catalyst to make it better. That is it.
Right.
The
Yeah.
ingredient is
The
always
ingredients.
the focus.
The ingredient is the focus.
Mm. Bro.
The species of the chicken that we use is very particular. So we tested like 3-4 different kinds.
Yeah,
in Malaysia.
Yeah.
I don't know what they call it in English. They have this term that we use with
Okay.
like, suppliers.
What is the term?
Big mountain chicken. I don't know what they call it.
What do you say in Cantonese?
Tai san gyok.
You know what Tai San Gyo Chok?
No.
Tai San Gyo.
It's like big mountain.
Okay,
But
okay.
because the suppliers are Chinese lah, so
Sure. Yeah,
I cannot say like scientific term. These guys will. Yeah, but we tested because it's plumber.
Okay.
It's free range. Basically.
Okay.
Mm.
You know, so like you had the fried chicken, right?
Bro,
Yeah.
this fried chicken is so
It's-
incredible.
it's
I mean,
juicy.
I'm gonna sound biased at this point if I just talk about his food lah. So okay.
Yeah, it's juicy just because of a reason. You know,
I see.
like there are people ask us like, how do you make the chicken that juicy?
It's because it's
It's
the Tai
just-
San
it's
Gyo.
just chicken, man.
It's a
Chicken,
chicken,
yeah.
right? So there's if you notice like some places, if the chicken bone is black in color,
Ah,
that's frozen chicken. You can taste that freezer
bro, I
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
you know,
There's a
that-
different scent to
scent
it.
to it.
Yes.
Right, correct.
I
Right.
think it depends on the grade as well. It really depends on the grade,
Yeah.
because sometimes there are higher grade freezers as well, and you would never think like freezing is
It's that bad, right?
Yeah, it's that
Yeah.
bad
Yeah.
until you really taste bad frozen shit
I
lah.
wouldn't say freeze is bad lah, but if I have that opportunity to use like the fresh ingredients,
Of
the
course, you
fresh
would go for the fresh.
Yeah.
I might as well, right?
Yeah.
It's actually more expensive. It's not
Yeah, exactly.
economically it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and especially if you ship every day,
Yeah.
because it's fresh,
Versus
your,
ship once a
your
month.
costs will go up
Definitely go up.
exponentially, right?
Right. So versus to some places order like 100 pieces
For frozen.
Yeah,
right?
precisely.
He orders
But-
like 10 a day. That's
Like,
goddamn
right.
ridiculous.
Right. So that's the reason why it justifies I would say the price lah.
Mm.
For those who appreciate, they would understand. Like I'm not selling like $40 or $50 lah. I'm selling like for 24.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I feel like your pricing is, by my standards at least,
Yeah.
considered affordable
Yeah.
in relation to what you're trying to do operationally, where you want to ship in you know, like supplies on a daily basis,
Yeah.
I feel like I imagine your margins to not be as wide as most F&Bs out there.
Correct.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the margins are okay. It's not terrible, it's okay. But we could have earned more.
Correct.
Maybe
Yeah.
if we go to that direction.
Yeah.
Definitely. But you know, as long as historically we have been in this business for like 4 years,
4 years,
3
4 5 years actually. Yeah.
And I think that's what people are looking at when they come. They have this expectation there. You know, we're not like some high-end places or anything, but I think people do have expectations. We have customers who come to just eat like one single item, which is that chicken.
Yeah.
They come like twice a week just to have that.
It's goddamn fucking
Wow, twice a week is
Twice a
high
week.
frequency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you know, until my floor, even my newer crews, they recognize
Yeah.
her. You know, so we know something is there. I think that's the only drive that makes me don't want to change anything.
That is true. Sometimes
alright.
that love for your specific craft is what propels you more than the profit margin.
Exactly.
It really
Yeah.
is. It really is.
Yeah.
But it's honestly goddamn fucking respectable, dude. Serious. To keep it at that price. And I'm not saying it's cheap, dude.
It's
I
not.
mean, I think
Yeah.
it's really reasonable for what you
Yeah,
get.
it's super reasonable.
For the portion you get, it is enormous. I come out every time feeling like I just whack a buffet. I swear to God, I don't know how the fuck that works, and I know that it's just good shit. It's not like, you know when you go to cafes and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then you look, okay, I'm not even going to name names, but it is on our street.
I'm not
Okay.
supposed to be here.
And like I've tasted cafe food, right, where they charge you absurd amounts, hitting like high 40s.
Yeah.
And you know, because it's just like sliced ham.
Yeah.
You also know what I'm talking about,
Yes,
like, bro.
absolutely.
Slice ham or
Goodness.
canned
Beef,
mushrooms
sure,
and
yeah.
And I'm like, God damn, bro, what are your profit margins for the quality I get?
I think that's atmosphere, environment, and
Yeah,
you know,
you're paying for all
you're
the
paying
things.
for.
I honestly think your atmosphere environment is fucking superb, if you
Yeah.
ask me. Best
Yeah,
on
it's a
the
great
street.
place, man, to be honest.
It's not a very expensive place, lah. Let's put it that way. I mean, the
True,
whole
true,
biram
true.
and
Yeah.
everything. It could be better if we had more mullah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it served its purpose, lah. You know.
I don't know, man. I think it's fucking beautiful, especially the metal. What do you call that?
The rib.
Yeah, the
The
metal rib
golden
thing,
rib,
and then the
yeah.
neon lights. Dude, I think it's fucking amazing because nowadays I think the trend as well for cafes is more acceptable in that sense
Yeah.
for the rustic feel. So you don't really necessarily need to focus that much, but to price it at 40 for like I don't know.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I think yours looks better lah.
But
But
yeah,
you know,
but
that's
I
just
think we don't want to go out. If you look at it, man, the only item that is expensive is the lamb.
yeah.
Partly because when we started, the lamb was like I think it was $8 per kilo, and now it's shoot up to 26 or 24 per kilo. So it's like
Wow.
it's crazy. I think it's USD and you know
Sure,
fluctuation
yeah.
and everything. That's the only thing that actually increased. You know,
Yeah.
we are trying to keep everything below 30 because we still want to target the family. The,
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I see. The price range
the
hits
mid
that. Yeah.
mid level. Because if I go higher, then which means I'm gonna be with
High-end territory.
on
just
higher,
there,
yeah, which is not
Exactly.
something I want. It's actually very saturated.
It is.
Right.
It is. Morganfield's chilies. I don't know. I think.
A lot of
Yeah.
and we're talking about ribs. There's like Naughty Nuris and your
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I think like 4 or 5 players lah.
Which
Wow.
ties back to your initial
Exactly.
start where you wanted to plug that gap.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where we wanted to propel this direction. We
Mm.
wanted to I would say lead this direction.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
I think it's also an education. When we started, the majority of us people that actually dine because they didn't even know what's like a barbecue ribs. Oh, you can actually eat it that way.
Is it?
Wow.
Oh,
So
but then
it's
again, it's
actually-
OUG, bro.
Yeah,
True
so
lah,
usually when we
true.
started, and they don't see like this kind of.
Yeah.
We still get like they have like black pepper sauce. Or like,
Sure.
no, we don't. Do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. It's so interesting. Right?
Yeah.
You hear the comments like that.
I'm sure the only exposure to Western food they have is at your typical hawker stores.
Tai Chow Western.
Right, exactly,
yeah,
right.
Fries.
chicken chop, black pepper sauce, slash mushroom sauce,
So,
that kind of thing.
Yeah, open packet, you know. That's
Yeah.
three loads.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think basically that's one thing that we realized lah. That we knew that we can actually move forward. Because there's so many room to grow with.
Yeah.
Imagine we're just talking about OUG. Let's talk about other areas.
That's
yeah,
true.
yeah. That was
Right.
actually my next point.
Yeah.
I know we all like OUG boys lah, right?
Yeah.
You know, we love it.
we live in this
Yeah,
bubble.
we're never gonna leave lah, right? Rest of our life is
Yeah.
here. But then, is it really the best location?
I think for us is one thing that I learned is that I know this place like in and out lah. Right.
Yeah.
We know what's the weakness, what's the strength. You know your SWOT analysis.
SWOT analysis. This joker really IT, That's a marketing
marketing term as well. Okay, but okay.
Yeah, basically you know your territories.
Yeah.
Right. I think if I were to start, I would start in OEG. Yeah.
I think it's also because you know the market, and number two, it's also close to home.
And also it's gap.
Yeah.
You know there's a gap.
There's a gap here.
Right.
Correct.
If I were to open another wonton mee, then
What's the point?
Yeah.
Exactly, right. But surprisingly, when we opened in Kota Kemuning, right, we thought it would be going to be very tough, Century Mall, because we're going to start from fresh. It's very far, lah.
Yes.
Surprisingly, actually, we actually there's people who actually knew us there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, like
Wow.
like we all heard guys saying, "Oh, these guys started from hawker." I was like, "Wow!" I was quite surprised.
Kota Kemuning here damn far.
We are damn far.
Yeah.
So we knew somewhere at especially at this era, right? I don't think location is like that important anymore.
Correct. News travels across
News travel,
borders, man. Yeah.
social media by John.
Yeah, famous people like him.
Famous people.
I actually heard this, long ago before I left for the US, I was interning at this ad agency.
Yeah.
And they told me that, please go and site inspection this mall. And
Okay.
it was, I think it was Cheetah Mall. lah. No, not Cheetah Mall. It was another mall. I forgot where. It was
Okay.
in New Central, sorry.
Okay.
So I went to this mall and I went to this really small bakery. Dude, it's like, I think double of this room. And this room ain't that big lah, okay? So,
Wow.
yeah, it's damn small, bro, for a bakery. So I went in, I ordered a sandwich because I was going for lunch. And I was like, dude, this is amazing fucking bread, man. And the guy apparently graduated from Paris at Le Cordon Bleu,
Wow.
Okay?
Wow.
Okay? Then I was like, bro.
And he's at motherfucking New Central.
No, not New Central, sorry. It's, Sentul.
Oh,
Which makes
That's
this
even
even
worse,
worse,
right?
right?
New Central, at least
Sorry,
you
sorry,
can
not New
crowd,
Central,
lah.
it's Sentul. And I was like, I just want to know why here. And he was like, a lot of people think you need to open in a crowded place
Yep.
for you to go. But if you're that good, people come to you. And that stuck with me for a long time. That stuck with me for a long time, bro. And I think that only holds more water now because when I hear it from you and Kota Kemuning, it makes so much fucking sense.
I couldn't agree more, honestly.
Right?
Couldn't agree more. To me, I think we are really lucky that we're privileged to
In
actually
this
be in this era,
generation era,
tech-
yeah.
techie era and everything. Like us, when we first started, I think it was like 10-ish tables. What got us to like 100 tables was because of people like you guys.
Of course.
Adrian KL.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know.
The legends lah.
Legends like
Yeah, that one.
Ho Chiak came.
Yes.
TV. But then what we realized was that people who come here is actually not from OEG.
What?
Actually, even in fact until today.
So you pulling people to park in our spot, lah, bro? My, that's how we them jam.
That's why Ramat Tiga is far.
So I don't park Ramat. Ramat Dua.
Yeah, so Ramat too.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
I
I
see,
think that's what I realized. Because if I put myself in like the OG shoes, I'm sitting down to boons every day. I cannot eat ribs every day lah. That's
Yeah.
True, yeah.
I don't eat ribs every day also, right? So the people who actually come here comes from PJ, comes from like,
Actually, when PG people come, you know it's good. Right?
That's how you know.
But I always go PJ.
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing we actually learn lah. Yeah, because like we close at 10-ish at time.
Yeah.
So there are comments like, oh, I come all the way from Kepong and blah blah blah, and then you see you close lah.
Wow. That's when you struck gold, man, bro.
But that's when we know. I don't think it's gold lah. But I think news travel damn fast.
Yeah.
I don't know. For me lah, at least when people like I don't know about you guys who own F&Bs. I know I love food so much. I love
travel,
food.
right?
Bro, I've had dreams where like I lost my sense of taste and I felt like, my god, I don't even know what kind of fucking life that is.
Do you cry?
I don't know lah, dude. I was so
dreams
I was so paranoid. I think it's paranoia and shit lah, right? And I always believe in food so much, but I can never imagine myself being in F&B, right? But I only can imagine how great it feels when people tell me that, like, bro, I come all the way, what the fuck you close ah? That actually to me is a great fucking compliment, lor.
It is.
To me, that's fucking goal lah.
True, yeah.
It is.
Like, dude, only Malaysians will go fucking far just to eat food, you know.
You know you did something right lah, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
for sure.
But at that point of time, it wasn't that confident lah, because you are just like 2-3 months into that business. You're not even a cook. I mean, that's what I felt at that point of time. Like, you're just like someone who got lucky maybe. That's what I felt lah. You're just like a home cook, basically home kid who's got lucky lah, basically by all these exposures. So that's the reason why we waited for 1 year just to test out water whether it's just a fade or it's just it's gonna sustain.
1 year is a long phase,
1
bro.
year, 1 year, 7 days a week. Imagine.
Yeah. But you're very
crazy.
careful, which I feel is the right move.
Yeah,
right?
I think we have to lah, because we're not like some rich.
Of course,
you
of
know,
course,
background,
Don't have huge
yeah,
fortune.
don't have huge fortune, So then that's also the reason why we waited for 1 year to say, let's resign. It was hard for me at times because imagine 5 figures and still
Yeah, man.
climbing.
Yeah.
That's a stable life
yeah.
right there, man.
So our salary is fluctuating also because if it's a good season, then of course you get more.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So be honest here, if it's a good season, it's okay pay, right?
Oh,
But if it's a bad season, I think we get less than the cleaner.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
That's entrepreneurs.
holy shit,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
So because imagine, you have so many commitments and expenses. So what is left to us is definitely scraps. I think that's something that a lot of business owners
Don't.
starting
foresee.
business owners, that what you're getting is actually scraps.
Yep, it's whatever's left over anyway.
Whatever left over.
True that.
Right? And even if there's leftover, are you confident that you wanna
Take it
just
for
grab-
yourself.
or
Yeah.
you wanna
Pour it
Reinvest.
more.
pour it back in and reinvest and everything. So it's a very
Give-take
give and take,
situation.
yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And it's a very decisive decision. You have to make whether you want to look at it in 5 years or you just want to do it for 2 years and say
Yeah.
a short game lah, basically. But we're looking for a long game.
But then what's the goal for Down to Bones now? Is it profits
Oh.
or is it
I don't even know what I'm gonna say.
I don't think it's down to bones anymore.
okay?
Yeah. So it's actually a company that we actually started.
Oh,
So,
man.
Yeah.
So you gonna break the news here?
Yeah, we
Oh shit, son!
yeah. So we're gonna the goal here is to actually own different brands. We actually call ourselves the Food Rebels. Like
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because I'm so rebellious. Yeah. So the goal is actually to own a lot of brands, like unique brands. Down to Bones will be one of it.
Sure.
Yeah. Then we have like a yakitori place coming soon,
Yeah.
right? That is called Susano.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful name. Absolutely sublime.
Susano. I actually have like a different. Basically, it's to diversify. So
Yeah.
right to go into like maybe a halal market.
Oh,
That's
bro,
something
yeah.
I'm looking into.
Truth.
Yeah.
Very true. Yeah.
Because to me, the risk appetite for Down to Bones is definitely at the higher side. Because you're just doing, pork.
Yes.
And
Correct.
if anything happens to the pork supply, like JE comes and everything, that's
Correct.
it. We're gone. So that's the reason. We actually wanted to diversify this year, but because of
course, COVID.
yeah,
Yeah.
COVID and everything, we have to shift it to next year.
I see.
Yeah. So luckily, the yakitori one is coming in. So it's mainly chicken, so
Yeah.
on the safe side.
Yeah.
But it's izakaya, bro.
It's izakaya lah, right?
But so interesting. You're looking at it from a very business perspective.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's a balance lah.
Yeah. Very,
Between
very fascinating. I
passion
truly
and-
admire that.
You,
Yeah.
you know, on every podcast so far, since we started this
Yeah.
format, we've always asked for creatives to come on, like writers,
Yeah.
like makeup artists
Yeah,
and all
correct.
that. And Andrew, always behind the scenes, is always like, I feel like I would really appreciate an operational person that comes onto the podcast. And I think you...
Or more like just a business-minded person.
Yeah. For sure. And I felt like, wow, shit, actually, should totally ask you to come on this one.
Yeah, but I think you need someone who actually look at it from bigger picture, right?
Correct.
To balance between passion and also like from the business side of it.
Yes.
Mm.
So true.
I wouldn't say we have this idea since day one. It's a lot of
It's a
fall,
growth thing.
Yeah,
It's
it's a lot
definitely
of
a growth
fall,
thing.
it's a lot of money loss, I would say.
Yeah.
Unnecessary spending. Then you are actually financially you would think of a lot of things lah. Right. I think it's also one of it is also because you knew you grew really fast, right? But at the same time, you know that behind your back there's 20 people behind you. Like for us, it's just 20 now.
Yeah.
Right. 20 people who is actually depending
Dependent
on
on
you,
you,
right?
yeah.
For their livelihood. So every decision you make is definitely very important.
Yeah.
You cannot. When we were like 3 people, we were like, okay, today let's do this, or let's try out this, let's invest in this. It's very easy for us to say, But as you grow, I think the responsibility is actually higher.
Yeah.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's why
Damn.
in like 3 of us, we hold different business units. I would say.
Yeah.
Like one of my partner holds finance.
I see.
So I hold the business side of it and the creative side of it. the partner holds the operation side of it. So at least we get to grow on each different
for sure.
spectrum. And also I think really ties back to background. I don't think any background is bad. Right, I come from IT. I brought in IT skills. I brought in analytics skills.
Bro, he did his own website.
Right.
Of course,
I did
That's fucking crazy. When you told me it's like I did my own website, I'm like, wait, what?
the post system.
Yeah, that's when I was like, yeah, I did my. Then I knew you did IT before. Yeah. Then I was like, what the fuck, man.
So you brought in passion and brought in expertise.
How did you know that you all would grow into that specific segment? Like you were saying, you do like business and creative, and one of them does like operations. Yeah. Did you all like slowly? Like how do you like grow into that, or was it more like when we started it we all like, hey, okay, I tell you what, we all do this, then do that. Was it like planned or?
No, it's not really planned. I think it's when situation arise.
Oh,
like, so I think we started that when the second branch was South.
Sanctuary Mall.
Okay. Sanctuary Mall.
Yeah.
So if it started, it was only one. So everything is like cross.
Yeah.
Like you're more concerned on operation.
Yeah.
When I say operation means you're concerned on, you're more concerned on the daily, do we have enough servers? Do we
Sure,
enough supply?
Correct. Do I need to come in for the server? Do I need to come in for the cook? Take over them, right? But as you grow to two different places, right? You start to feel a different management skill set.
Correct.
I think that's something that we didn't realize also.
Yeah.
Actually, then we realized that we need to be a bit more centralized.
Okay. It's like central kitchen.
Right? You need a central management.
Yeah.
Because like for example, like staffs will be complaining this to A, right? But when A doesn't take action or he's too busy, he's gonna complain again to B. But what would that staff feel? You get what I mean? He's gonna feel that he's being neglected.
Yes.
That's something that we didn't want, because I think staff is very important. At the end of the day, they are people who's gonna bring sales to you, to a business, right? So that's when we need that's when I realized back in my company, business units are so important. I used to hate HR.
Let's be real. I think we all fucking hate HR.
I used to hate finance. So what the fuck? But then you start to realize like why.
There is a reason.
There's a reason why they need it, right? There's a reason for SOP and everything. It's not because they want to do it. It's because you want to look at it, bigger picture, and keep everyone in
correct.
I wouldn't say happy, like the balance.
There needs to be a harmony of sorts amongst everybody, right?
So that's something I didn't realize also. I used to say like, come on, finance, it's 500 ringgit, why don't you approve? For example.
Yeah.
Then I realized like the importance of it to your bank is finance, right? Whether you overspend, you underspend, what's your budget for marketing, for example. Right, why HR is important. One of the things that we wanted to do was like a monthly birthday celebration. Because to me, like salary in our field is like very competitive.
Bro,
it is like 2008 and 2002. The only thing that makes a hell of a difference is culture.
Because you stick around.
That's how you stand out.
That's hard. So people like Burger Lab are doing very good.
Burger Lab crazy.
Yeah,
Burger Lab
good
crazy.
culture, right? So that's something that I think we really love to lah. But it's just that we are not that huge, for one. We don't have budgets for that many activities.
Bro, don't sell yourself short. I feel like I see you on par with Burger Lab and
I don't think so.
A lot of them. For me, bro.
We are 2, 3, 4 streets away, man.
I don't know, but you're still OG lah.
Taman.
Yeah. I actually definitely respect both of y'all equally. Like, y'all have the balls to fucking do it. Y'all like source ingredients and shit. Like, don't sell yourself short, man. I feel like you're fucking legit. Yeah. But I think you're in a way you're right. They are much larger in a way because they have more outlets, right, and all that, right?
That's right. And responsibility is even crazier, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they have like 100 staff at the very least, right?
Yeah. I think that's where people that I know, when they have more outlets, they grew that they need more management staff. That's where responsibility is even
greater,
higher, right? It's even crazy. Yeah. So like a lot of things that we did in Down to Bones, right, is I wouldn't say like activities like the fun part, but it's more like a working adaptive thing that we wanted them. They can be honest to me, and I can be honest to them.
I think that's one of the cans and
the do's. And so, for example, because what we realized that there's a lot of politics, and politics happens because people talk behind each other.
That's true. Yeah.
Right. So one of the agenda we did, I think MCO now we sort of slow down that, was that to have a meeting every 2 weeks where we sit down with part-timers and full-timers to actually talk what they like and they don't like about that certain people. like upfront, straight to your face.
Wow, that's damn hardcore, bro.
Yeah, you get what I mean? So we have to be there, or the leads have to be there to chair that, because that's where negativity start, and that's something you don't want, because this actually translates to your service.
For
You
sure.
get it, right?
Very quickly.
Right.
For sure, yeah. Wow.
So well, service translates to your sales, right? Yeah. So that is something that I was pressing really, really hard at that point of time.
Yeah.
I think that went well. Arguments resolved, misunderstanding resolved. But I think one thing that I realized that they have in common is that all their comments and suggestions, right, was for the good of company.
Wow.
I mean, you don't see that in a lot of places where
That is
right?
rare.
They texted me and say, I think we can do this better, or we should have bought this. Yeah, maybe 3 a.m. is very late lah. I'm sleepy lah. But you think of it. But you think of it, the only reason that they texted you, they took an effort to text you.
Yeah, man.
at
Yeah,
this
they
hour.
thought of it.
They thought of
Yeah,
it.
true.
Right. Like when I think about it, I don't really think of it from a company perspective when I was working. If you think
Yeah,
about it,
yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, man.
I'll think of it whether like I'm making my salary,
Yeah.
my 2.2k.
Exactly,
I keep
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think something is good. I think it's the communication and everything. We treat them actually on par. Whether it's foreigner or
Frontliner or
Yeah.
back end
or
or
backliner,
How do you hire people?
Right now we are working closely with an agency.
I see.
So the agency is definitely for foreign, because they have license and
Sure,
stuff and everything.
sure, yeah.
The locals one are actually through word of mouth and also online. That's how we do both lah.
I see. And
Yeah.
do you the team leads, do you guys interview these
Yeah,
workers
we do.
individually?
So the team leads, right? You mean when we're hiring team leads?
Or I mean when you're hiring anybody in general, do you interview them personally?
Or
Well,
one of the three, or-
we two ways. One, we don't hire team leads. We don't hire managers. We grow managers.
Oh, from internal.
Oh, okay, I
So
see.
that's something I really want to press on, because I think it's more important that they understand the culture and then they grow, rather than someone who's so capable but when they come in they don't
They
fit
took
the
out the
culture.
culture.
Correct.
Yeah, so that's something number one. So number two, I interview them. So if I have leads, then the leads actually
Go with you in the
Oh,
meeting.
okay.
That's a good way to interview.
yeah. I think in a way they felt they are learning something also. They grow together lah. Basically,
True,
we want
true,
them to
true,
grow
yeah.
together, yeah. So I think there's a lot of thought put into this this whole culture thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So like I always got shot by my team my kitchen lead when I created something new. No, not nice.
Wow.
Blandly straight to my face.
Yeah.
But I was wondering today how many bosses actually can accept that
That kind of
that kind of
Yeah,
feedback like straight to your face.
Bro, not many.
Yeah.
I'm gonna straight up tell you, not many. Not a lot.
Yeah. You feel like there's a gap between you and your
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I felt. So yeah. And but in my previous company it was pretty chill, I would say. I think something that I brought up to there. So like I can speak to the founder on something that I feel can be better, and I actually brought that culture, down.
I see.
Down
to bone.
yeah. So because Fusion is actually quite a very young company to say lah. They have like this coolest office in KL there. Yeah. They have this fountain in the middle of the office.
They're paying 5-figure salaries. My God.
Yeah. So it's something that I brought down.
I see.
Yeah. So I'm quite happy that it turned out that way lah. I rather them telling truth to me and then let me know on the spot. Rather than them telling lie and say
For sure.
Yeah,
Spookable.
and then one bad apple will spoil the rest around
Exactly,
them,
right.
and then that scales too quickly.
Damn, man.
Yeah. So that's something I think how corporate kind of brought.
You kind of took that experience and you brought
down
it
to F&B.
Yeah.
Because when people think of F&B, they will think like it's a very robotic kind of feel.
Really,
You get what I mean? It's like because every day you're doing
The same thing,
You
what?
just need to do serving, right? Honestly, you just need to cook.
I always thought of it so differently though
Yeah.
for F&B. I always thought it's like okay, I'm going to be straight up as well, right? The reason why I said in the beginning like why I would never be in F&B or I can never imagine myself in F&B, because I know for a fact the top 3 most difficult in my list, number 1 is hotel. Okay, for sure, because I cannot smile at people the whole freaking day and kiss ass. I am just, it's not within my personality to do that. And number 2, I know is F&B because of that as well.
The service line, yeah.
And it's also behind the
Service
heat,
line.
right? You're cooking and it's damn hot
Yeah.
and it's like small area because you need to maximize your seating area and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And on top of that, presentation, you have to garnish and shit like that, And then on top of that, you do all that, right? Sometimes people just don't like that food. It's so subjective as shit.
it's not for everyone. Right?
Yeah.
It's not for everyone.
Bro, so definitely I like have so much. I cannot even.
I think if you ask me like, do I regret like, stepping my foot into this food? I wouldn't say I regret lah, but my wife will. It's like, I mean, just get back to fusion next. Especially, I understand because especially you have a baby and
you want job security.
They want job security. They want like income security. But we are already we are already in this
4 years in,
like 4 years in already.
How were your parents like supportive in the beginning? I know sometimes your dad helps out. Sometimes Charlie also helps out.
When we started, they actually help us because we don't have manpower, we don't have money to hire. I think they're very supportive lah. But I think of course at any point of time when you're just starting, they have this doubt lah, whether does it work? Like will people like ribs?
Yeah.
You sure? Because it's not something.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, are you crazy? Yeah, but we met with a lot of rejections lah previously.
Is it?
But they are definitely very supportive. Actually, talking about that, I remember the first something that actually been in my heart very long. Is the deepest was that when a customer actually came to the store, he actually asked me to sit down. I think it was the third night only. He say, bro, honestly speaking, I think you will close down in 1 month. I was like, bro, seriously, it's just only 3 days only.
Dude, that's harsh, man.
Yeah, that's harsh. So, I think that also drives me to say, I won't shut down. It kind of drives me to say that I will actually win this, Yeah.
Bro.
So he still comes to the shop, man.
But then again, if you're doing F&B, it's a B2C, right, operation.
Yeah.
You meet all sorts of people, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Every fucking character under the sun.
But I think that's the beauty of it.
True. Yeah.
Right?
Oh, that's such a positive way of saying it.
That's how I met you.
Super optimistic when somebody has spat on you.
Yeah.
Historically, somebody told you in your third day you're going to shut down in 1 month.
Yeah.
Throw plate.
Throw plate, right? Yeah. But I do understand why they throw plate. I would have thrown the plate also.
I doubt that.
Yeah.
I doubt that, Jungkit. I know you. I hope I know you, Jungkit.
I would. Because it was terrible, to be honest. Like I said, there's this difference between you cooking for 5 people versus you cooking for 100 people.
Okay.
The QC wasn't there. You get what I mean?
Okay.
So, it's also because it's at a hawker store.
Does it really warrant a throw plate though?
I would throw the plate if I were him. It was.
Is this the Gordon Ramsay part where you learn from your seafood or like bro, because it's not I don't know, man.
You just said me.
Okay.
It was terrible. The QC was bad when we started. I think that's how we learn how to QC. Because when you're in the store and you're trying to satisfy 150 people, waiting for your food. So if you notice right now, what we do was to order, to cook only when ordered, right?
Yes.
That's where we have that PC. This is why I created the PC.
Yeah.
Basically like McDonald's the post. When it was in the store, it was different. We don't have that kind of system there. We don't have that kind of
table, remember
SOP,
face.
right?
Yeah.
What we do was that we just do 10 ribs, 10 chicken, 10 lamb. And then
I see.
It's
Wastage,
it's like buffet style. So the servers will be like looking at paper, then just take.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's a very different. Even when maybe you were lucky, like you had the fresh one, like.
Bro, I don't know. I don't know lah. For me, it was great.
Yeah.
But you're right. I don't know. QC maybe is a thing that I didn't think about.
Yeah. So I think that's where we realized the
Shit.
importance of SOP. Yeah, and that's where the three do's came. The 3 do's was we must have 3 things in kitchen. Basically your timer, your weighing scale, and
The measurement cups and shit like that. Fuck.
Yeah. So that's the reason why there's a historical issue on why things are, but it's all about SOP lah. Yeah. So with this, I think the beauty of it is that we can hire anyone who doesn't know how to cook. I don't know how to cook, right?
Yeah, but you follow the SOP.
We follow the SOP. They follow exactly the SOP. If it's half a tablespoon of salt, it is half a tablespoon of salt.
You know how like certain chefs are like, no, gut feel.
Yeah, it's like
Bro, I am so gut feel.
Like,
bro.
sure, I mean, if you got the talent for it, fair enough lah.
Yeah.
But you're operating a full-on restaurant and you want a
Correct.
sustainable business, you need consistency.
you need consistency. You need transparency. You cannot hold on to secrets lah. Let's be honest lah.
Dude, I remember his ugly Olio. Have you seen his Facebook posting ugly Olio?
No, I don't think so.
Bro, his Facebook posting for ugly Olio is fucking funny. It's like how to make the best ugly Olio. Then he posts like step 1, cut garlic, step 2, step 3. Then after that, different picture altogether. Then you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's trying to get some SEO attention. Notice me.
Wow, man.
Yeah, but I think SOP is really important. If you wanna grow, like there's no difference in taste between like the Century Mall and
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
because
the
of
only
SOP.
way. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think a lot of restaurants, so you notice, right? Like if today you go to that Tai Chow, and then second day you go, how come different? Or the chef today sick.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, there's this issue with you are depending. Your whole business is depending on that.
Which is
Chef.
terrible.
Correct.
Right. You put your whole life into that.
You know Super Ramen?
Yeah.
Oh, you know Super Ramen actually has a very different view in a way, because when I went to his establishment to have my ramen, I think he's the owner of the cafe down the road, block 304. I don't know what the fuck is that called.
Okay.
It's a cafe as well.
103.
Block 103.
Okay.
Sorry. So he does manage both. So he's here and there. But when you're right, when he's at the joint to cook my ramen, right? I remember one time I went in during I think it was a very cold day. I remember one of the days last year was pretty cold. Then I tasted it. I was like, wow, I feel like it's a bit better today, or it's a bit different. Like I can't tell. Then he walked up to the table and he asked me, because he's a very friendly guy, like Chef Rudy, right? So Chef Rudy asked me, so how everything? Then I like, it's good, but I feel it's a bit different, I said, wow, very sharp, You know what I put inside, Then I like, I don't know, something hot, like chili pepper, I don't know, maybe ginger. He said, yeah, it's ginger, man, because today cold day. So normally if cold day, I put more ginger in the soup a bit. Which I think is quite respectable, because
adaptive.
In a way it's different, but in a way I think it's better I feel like it's very personal, but that's only because people notice. So like, before this, when you go to Down the Bones, and I didn't even know you don't freeze shit, right?
Yeah.
So now I know, like, holy fuck, no wonder the fucking quality always damn superb, right? I feel like he never communicate this, Do you think you should totally fucking communicate this, right? That's why when I found this out, I'm like, fuck it, this guy's going on a podcast, bro. He needs long format to explain this shit.
Yeah. I don't know if people would appreciate one, like, or whether people appreciate like taste more or.
I think people appreciate honesty.
Yeah.
If you ask me. Honesty, transparency. So if you told people, hey, I don't free shit, bro. And I think, Merchant's Lane also, right? Chaplang Cafe, Merchant's Lane and all that last time. It's run by, I think it's two Kens. Ken Tan and another Ken and another Ken. There are three Kens.
From your school, right?
From Saujana also,
Yeah.
And one of the Kens is actually background engineer. So I was like, dude, I feel like maybe F&B is people not from F&B. After many conversations, right?
Yeah.
So Ken told me that actually I prioritize consistency a lot, which is similar to you.
Yeah.
And he told me that I sous vide all my chicken right now.
I think that's the engineer and IT.
Yeah, bro. Then I was like, what the fuck, you never tell this to people? Bro, people pay sous vide money, right? It's different from people say I pan fried chicken.
True, yeah. Publicizing that,
Yeah. So I feel like a lot of times F&B restaurants don't showcase that enough. And on top of that, I hate to say this, or maybe I hate it because I'm jealous of their views and likes and shit. But when you see Kel Foodie and all that, they just take surface level photos of the dish. They just take, I don't know, or maybe they write like brief sentences.
They don't go like.
They don't go deep in, bro.
Yeah.
And it frustrates me to no fucking end when I see that shit. And that is why I created the vlog in a way. I wanted 100% transparency. And when I video, right, it's all like shaky cam as fuck. It's so poor quality. Chok is always like, bro, stop doing auto. He's always telling me that shit. And when you see the ground, you see people going, it's so damn fucking real, right? And when you see how people cook all that, that's what I feel people should know.
But yeah, I agree. When I think about it, I don't think like bloggers or they actually never ask like. In fact, the not freeze chicken was the first one I told you.
You see?
Yeah, that's the first one.
Communication, I feel like, is so lacking in this industry.
Yeah.
But it's also the purpose. You have to understand where KL Foodie is coming from, right? For them, it's a volume game.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
The more articles I churn out, the more views I get.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's so frustrating. But maybe it's because it's me and I appreciate food so much. I actually wanted to do F&B in the beginning.
There you go. Gap analysis.
Bro.
Yes.
Sword. But then again, I understand how a lot of Malaysians, I hate to say this, okay, are very surface level in a way lah.
Yeah.
They like the Instagram photo.
I mean, everything is a bell curve lah, right? You're definitely looking at outliers in this table, right?
But,
Maybe
but,
appreciate
but
that.
I think that's where you would shine, if you ask me. That's where you go to like areas that people don't go to.
Like, Ippudo? You know why I love Ippudo? It's also because I understand Ippudo. And I've been to a lot of ramens. Bro, you also know I fucking love ramen, right? And I go to different ramens and I can tell, okay. But I go Ippudo, I'm like, wow, fuck, damn good. You also can, Chok also, correct? Ippudo fucking the shit, right?
Yep.
And I asked why. And he's like, consistency, and also we choose the type of bowl. And I'm like, why bowl? She's like, the bowl we choose, right, is to keep the ramen hot. And if you go to any other fucking ramen place lah, okay, the ramen will be cold by the time you finish it. Compared to Ippudo, bro. Ippudo, you still blowing the fucking noodle at your last bite. And that is why it's fucking good also.
True, yeah. That's a very
When you know operations like this, right, you appreciate so much. And I actually know the supply for the bowl. I should have got.
Yeah, but I think I wish that there's more people like you, lah. Honestly, that you actually understand why we go to so many different obstacles and challenges just to get that plate of ribs, that plate of bowl, you know.
The suppliers, the fucking emails, and conversation with people who can't speak properly. Oh my god, bro, fuck this shit.
Like people don't know, like the ribs, we actually take 12 to 16 hours just to do that ribs. The back end, you know, from butchering ourselves, brining.
Yeah. People don't even know what brining is. That's the thing.
Yeah,
like,
they don't
my
brine,
god.
actually, right? And
Sorry, you continue, please.
I think that's but also that's the reason why we actually can win certain, certain competition here.
Yeah.
It's because of all these preps that we do. The secret is just brining.
There's no secret.
There's no
It's just
secret.
brining.
Yeah. You know, sometimes when people ask why is your mash so good? Our mash is just simple shit.
Because it's real potato and not powder, bro.
That's it.
It's real
so our mash
potato.
is no secret, it's no brainer. It's just mash, milk, and butter. That's it. That's it.
Because simple shit makes things good, bro.
Yeah. There's no like secret, sauce or ingredient. That's it. But I think the only thing that why they say the mash is good is because other places are not using like the real
potato.
They use powder shit.
Fundamental ingredient there.
Exactly, right? Yeah. So these guys every 6 in the morning
Yeah.
they still peel like
Do your staff hate you for it?
So every time I go inside kitchen, they will be like trembling and no. That's why the burger and everything. Yeah. That's why I'm still holding back because I just want to get them settled down after.
For sure.
Junki cares a lot.
Yeah, I can tell.
He cares a lot, bro.
Obviously.
You know, every time he tries, he's like, "Hey John, you try this or not?" Actually, I'm preparing my stuff first, so I let you try first. He's always like, let them get used to it.
At least it's training, lah. Right. And also if they go out, it's same, right? If you go out like into a wall, not prepared, not armored.
What Sun Tzu? Did you read Sun Tzu?
How you know what?
Sun Tzu. Wow.
Oh god.
The art of war. That what? Yeah.
Prepare or some shit like, am I right?
Yeah. I love Sun Tzu.
But it sounds like in spite of all your experiences so far, you're very receptive to feedback.
Yeah.
It feels that way, right? Yeah. So as much as you have your SOPs crafted and you appreciate consistency, you're also actively looking for feedback to improve over time.
I think there's something I brought up in the faith thing too, where I think SOP is like it's something very dead, right?
Yeah.
But humans are the one who actually runs the SOP.
Yeah.
So your SOP needs to constantly evolve. I would say evolve because for example, we have this SOP previously whereby staff's phone has to be in a locker. That's because people abuse.
Yes, Facebook, Instagram, shit like that.
But then right now we have a bit more respective guys lah, who actually know the agak-agak lah. I would say agak-agak lah. So we are actually quite loose on the SOP already.
Okay. Yeah.
It kind of depends on who you are dealing with, and then you sort of tweak the SOP.
Yeah.
True. As long as one people abuse, then I'm so sorry. We have to
go back.
Go back to
it.
Fall
Fall back. It's discipline.
But as long as you're disciplined enough, then you actually, in fact, in Down to Bones, right, they actually can take leave like anytime. You get me? As long as with proper planning.
And you cover.
You find someone to cover.
Yeah.
Good. Right. But I think that's where you make people be responsible, right? So
you give them
the power to actually be responsible. Yeah. We don't want to go into a level where can I take leave? There's no reason for me to say no. I just don't feel like giving you a leave.
Bro, that's my life.
Yeah, my life for sure.
Doesn't make sense, right? For example, if it's a weekend, we know like we need 4 people on the floor, like the head count and everything. They are actually free to get part-timers in. They can engage part-timers in. We have like a list of part-timers right there. I mean, they just have to make sure someone is in to fill in that head count.
Yeah.
Any bookings, any reservations that they know of, that that this guy might have to know, any special requests, blah blah blah, so and so.
Sure.
So as long as if we feel that, then you're actually free to, why not, because put yourself as business owners, right? Maybe on a Saturday I actually have things to do, right? Is it fair for me to say I just go and then you guys work?
Of course not.
It's not, right? But as long as I make things going on, I leave that responsibility back to someone, I dedicate someone, then you're free to go. So I think that's the same thing that I wanted them to do also. You're free to take leave, of course.
But don't forget your responsibilities.
Exactly, responsibility. Yeah. So the moment that you take leave, but there's no planning, I'll reject. That's the only thing. Yeah. So it's not mood lah. It's not a mood thing lah. But it's more like I want to see like
Of
this
course,
kind of aspect.
of course.
And I kind of force it down lah. that way lah. So second time they ask, can I take leave on this day? No. You know, unless they tell me, can I take leave on this day? But I've already asked who to.
Jaga, take over. And
yes,
all
you can. You know, it's that simple lah.
Yeah.
So I think from there, then the culture starts rolling. It kind of snowballs to different. Yeah. It's not in paper lah, but then you know, it's going to somewhere I wanted it to go.
But I think that's incredible though. I feel like a lot of business owners nowadays, they kind of have this panic situation and they don't really trust their employees.
Yeah.
So like I know there was this cafe who actually just closed down. He didn't even give the staff the the key to unlock the cafe.
Okay.
And it's because he doesn't trust them with the cafe.
Mm.
So because he doesn't trust them and he's late, all of them are like waiting outside there for him to come. And he woke up late that day and whatever, right?
Yeah.
So you can totally see the trust in the employees and how it totally affects the culture and then it just slowly dies out like that lah.
Yeah. I think it also depends on where they're gonna go. Like for us, we actually aiming like really far.
Yeah.
World domination.
World domination. With the monkey push bro.
That's why Susano is actually a good name,
Correct. You know, I wanted to name the scenario but Katon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But the guy was like, cannot. Then like, why? We don't understand what's Katon.
Yeah, they actually asked what's Katon.
Don't appreciate art.
That's why he's not a Naruto.
Yeah, man. Fuck
What came about the inspiration for the isekai actually? Like why Japanese food? Why?
You actually had a project with a company lah, basically a big company, to actually take over a bar.
Okay.
So these guys that we actually wanted yakitori as the main. You know, one reason why we picked yakitori was it was a mall, right? And they wanted a Japanese concept there. But if you look at malls, right, again gap lah.
Yeah. Super saturated.
7 of it selling sushi and
Japanese
sanmai and everything, right? But if you want Japanese and something different, it's definitely yakitori.
For sure. Yeah.
I mean, it's in the mall lah. Yeah. The mall's landscape, and it's very rare. Yakitori, I would say it's very hard to find lah.
True, it's uncommon.
It's
for sure.
uncommon.
Yeah.
Right? It's really hard to find. There are places like Taman Desa.
We don't even know what's the name for that place. Do you know what's the name of the Taman Desa?
I just went actually.
But do you know what's the name
No
of
one
it?
knows the name of it.
It's a Chinese word one.
Correct.
Kanji one.
Not that mystery,
Yeah.
dude.
Until today, it's just called Taman Desa Yakitori.
Yeah. I just went and scouted.
But it's good shit though. It's good shit for me. No lah.
It's good.
To me, it's good shit, man.
Yeah.
But I feel like, of course, it can be cleaner.
Yep.
For me lah.
Yeah.
But I didn't even drink that lah. I just said yakitori. I think it's okay, right?
Yakitori. Yeah.
But kwaya.
Yakitori price is like. I cannot say I'm cheaper lah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the reason why we wanted.
Who you worked with lah for the project? Cannot say.
lah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then what happened was that unfortunately because of MCO the plan got scrapped
Oh,
off.
I see.
Yeah.
It was in the works lah.
It was in works lah. But then I was thinking, we spend too much time on R&D. From I don't know what's yakitori. I wouldn't know Japanese words really. You're sure, you're tare, blah blah blah. And
Yeah.
again reading and trying, right? We actually even bought in some equipments already.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So we thought, why not lah?
Yeah,
And so
follow through.
constantly they want to release off that place. We thought it's gonna be a very cool place lah. A bit hidden.
Yeah.
A bit.
It's got that whole romance about it.
Yeah.
It's got the romance about it for sure. I
Fits
feel.
the
Fits
rebel
the-
theme.
Yeah, right. Fire village.
Fire village.
Yeah, fire. The company name is Fire Kitchens, remember? Because they don't let me use the Japanese.
My God. I love you guys really.
Yeah, and then it kind of fits with fire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was telling him Susano because, the
Uchiha clan
Uchiha
fire.
clan uses Katon is the
Katon.
first thing.
Yes. Of
I was
course.
telling you should have a drink called Chidori. You call it this blue.
Yeah, blue.
Yeah.
Blue fizzy drink called
I have this
Chidori.
spicy fries called Amaterasu fries.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
That's when you know.
That's when you know lah.
When you know, you know.
Hint, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope this baby works lah.
I'm pretty sure it will, bro.
The only risk here is definitely MCO or
Sure.
re MCO and everything. It's very hard now for businesses.
Actually, how if you don't mind me asking, how did MCO affect like the growth of the business and all that? Like, can you tell me experiences with family and all that? How did they? I'm pretty sure doubts rose right during MCO. It's like, oh, dude, I don't know.
I think with family is.
They still support. They still power through.
I think we are better with MCO because we are at home.
No, but like regarding the business.
Yeah, so if it's business, the first month of MCO was terrible. The first 2 weeks was terrible. So imagine that our sales dropped to 10% of the daily sales. That's terrible.
Yeah.
We cannot even you couldn't even cover wages, right? So that's where, to be honest, we are lucky that we are agile enough because we are lean now. We only 2 outlets, so we are lean enough that we can make changes immediately. Then we came up with a buy one free one promo.
Yes, I saw the pasta.
Immediately shot up 200% sales. Yeah, that was a good one because I think we kind of won over the landscape in OUG because we only got what like 5-10 km radius.
Yeah.
This limitation, right?
Right.
Yeah, so I think within that 10 km radius, we are one of the cheapest. So you see, I used the word cheapest for the first time because we had
need
to.
That was
correct.
You need to be price sensitive at that point.
And imagine you have 5 people at home, you couldn't go out, right? The only choice you have is definitely delivery. So you have to be a bit price sensitive at that point. So that's where we come up with buy one free one. We thought we would be doing good, but no. We are in losses that month.
Wow.
Yeah, we actually paid the delivery guys 30,000 for that month because of commissions.
Jesus Christ.
So imagine my rental for that for my premise is only 5,000.
Yeah.
I paid 30,000 for like a transport, like a cloud service, like you get what I mean. Yeah. So that was something that we didn't realize that bad.
You were using Grab Food, is it?
No, I was using
Foodpanda.
Foodpanda, which also takes
chunk.
similar margins as
Similar
Grab Food,
margins,
35%.
35%. So that was something I was fighting that I need to lower down my commission. I have the volume right now. They say no, you're not 1 year with us, so unfortunately, I'm not bad mouthing them, but that's
just what it is. Yeah.
That's what it is. So, what we didn't realize, one of the lesson number one realized, right? Only 100% delivery kills us. Because imagine last time the ratio of delivery and dine-in, 90% dine-in, 10% deliveries, right? So a lot of your cost is covered by your walk-in customers.
Yep.
And all these are just bonuses. I mean, if it is there is, you're lucky.
Yeah.
But right now there's nothing to cover your costs. So imagine you earn 100, you have to pay 30% out of it to
the
this
set
guy,
delivery.
and the balance is just for your expenses.
Ingredients, everything to cover.
Exactly. So we couldn't cover that month. So that was lesson number one. So then we sort of
Shuffle around.
But I think the positive side of this thing is that a lot of exposure. That's what I meant when I said after MCO, somehow it got better. Maybe it's because of all these exposures.
Bro, this one is such a hardcore exposure, bro.
Yeah.
This is like
painful.
this is like you walk into like Pokemon League with like the guy just somehow let you through with a level 7 Charmander type shit. Then you cannot rape way. That's hardcore, man.
But yeah, positive side is definitely from word of mouth and exposure. Something that social media kind of helps lah.
Yeah.
Right. Then comes to RMCO. Right. Sorry. Back then after that we sort of changed the structure a little bit to bundle.
Yes.
At least it won't be that hurtful At least we gain back some.
Yeah.
And then we sort of jack up the price for the one with 30% commission. It's a very hard decision. I don't like to jack up prices.
But no choice means no choice.
Because it's 100% takeaway. I have to find some way to
take back. To take back.
Yeah. Right. Then after that, the second obstacle to MCO was RMCO. We only have 5 tables.
Because of the space.
The space. The 2 meters space.
Which is absurd space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then what I realized that people's mindset was that they can come out already, right? They want to go out.
Yeah.
They just don't want to be at home.
Yeah.
They want to come. They swarm.
And they were willing to wait in line.
They wait for 2 hours, 3 hours. But you only have that certain amount of tables to turn because you got curfew.
Yeah, correct.
You have curfew until like what?
10
And it was 10.
No, it started at 8 or something like that.
I think.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Remember, so you have curfew. You cannot also. But it's just that people don't do delivery anymore already. People just don't want to do delivery.
Because they don't want to be at home.
They want to be at home. They don't want to be at home, right? Yeah. So that's lesson number 2. So lesson number 3, unfortunately, we sort of loosened up a bit, to 1 meter. So we got like I think, we still.
Now got 10 tables.
9 tables. Yeah. But it's still 50% from your original.
For sure. Last time you can eat outside also.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But right now hygiene, no. Yeah. So a lot of challenges. I think it has to be a bit more agile. Could be a bit more better, but lesson,
Shit, man.
So
fucking hardcore.
the I think the most painful. I did a very long apology post.
Yes, I did the Father's Day one.
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. Sorry.
They love murder more. Father's Day. Was so
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So we didn't know that everyone will be coming up to dabao.
Yeah,
you know,
bro.
you would think that because it's MCO, people would
Want to dine in what?
No,
you cannot
the
dine
MCO
at
cannot.
time.
Can
No,
delivery
no.
during MCO, during MCO.
Yeah,
okay.
people would want to maybe delivery, or people would want to cook at home. I don't know, man. I just didn't know that they actually
Overwhelming
swallowed
numbers
dabao.
at one shot.
So it's like 40 people waiting outside. The police came and everything.
Huh?
Yeah. It was
But
terrible.
that's nobody's fault, right? Like, it's obviously your first time going through MCO.
Yeah,
How
right.
the hell would you know there's 40 people outside?
But I think what I realized, like, it was not only us. Like a lot of like F&B.
Burger Lab also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kena the same thing because.
But no one could expect it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah.
No lah, I think you're right. 100% people don't expect that shit. But at the same time, I know the lesson because it's like you I think know the market
Yeah.
a lot more, where Malaysians would
We-
prioritize your food and meal, especially if it's a special occasion, right? A lot more than a lot of things.
Yeah.
So you have to be ready for those type of times.
Especially like pandemics time or I wouldn't say that, like at least we know minimally what we need
Yes.
to do. Regardless.
Yes, there needs to
But
be
that's-
a process.
Now it's
Yeah.
lesser than that, I
Correct,
suppose.
correct. Because at that point of time it was a doubt. Like then the doubt is more to I don't think there's gonna be like
Yeah.
people. Right? And then we only had like what, two people like in the front, kitchen's like 3. So we're calling SOS here and there.
Oh my
so that
3 people only.
I actually wanted to just give up and just close the door that day. You know, it's
Yeah.
mentally I just couldn't take it anymore lah. You know, but after that, sort of pick up, then wrote that long.
3 people.
Yeah. So I actually called Chani, the rest to come.
Anyone
and,
lah.
yeah, to help
Yeah.
with deliveries. I just couldn't cope anymore because we were using Lala Move on that day. Even Lala Move,
Beggar.
so there was so many people. Lala Move waited for 1 hour. So even the CS called me and said, I'm sorry, you have to cancel off the order because the rider has been waiting for 1 hour. You just couldn't complete the
order in time.
the orders in time. Yeah. So but yeah, the painful thing is that I have to write a sincere apology. I actually use my name. I think it's more appropriate lah.
Of course.
To come out as myself, and say that you're not prepared and such. But one thing that really helped me in this is the SOP. So which means previously we thought we are still using the old SOP where orders come, we pack. Right now for any orders, we will prepare 1 hour before. So it's like a lesson learned, you get
Yeah.
1 hour because we have to take into consideration of your drivers, your different
travel time.
yeah, travel time, your rain and so on. So something we learn. Very valuable, I would say. Very valuable. Yeah.
Oh man, I feel tired just hearing that fucking thing.
Yeah,
It's
that
a never
one's-
ending.
Sounds like a long ass day, man. That one.
Long,
Every
yeah.
But I'm sure because of this, like the recovery from Mother's Day, propelled you a lot and made you so fucking prepared for Father's Day, bro.
Yeah.
Because it was just like a month away, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
I think we
motherfucker.
over prepared.
Yeah. Better be over than
Yeah,
under.
better over than under, like
Correct.
that. I mean,
Wow, that one.
so we
you
just
know.
pumping people. That's it. Yeah.
But I'm sure because of that, like transparency and honesty for me is like number one, right, bro? But of course, it has its fallbacks. Sometimes I'm so honest and so straight up,
Yeah.
like especially with people I love, and then they're like, John, I think you're just an asshole, right? In that sense, okay. But a lot of restaurants, they hide behind that. So like for example, if it's a chain restaurant and all that, they are not. There's no fucking way the fella is brave enough to say that I'm Jun Kit, owner of so and so, and then make an apology like that, which makes things a lot more human, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
missing that human touch, and Jen and I always have this debate because she loves chain restaurants,
Okay.
right? She's like, I don't understand, yeah. Old Town is the shit. And I'm like, fuck Old Town lah, okay. Okay? There's so many
No.
bloody fucking restaurants out there that are so nice. Why you go Old Town? She's like, consistency, man. Consistency is the key.
Yeah.
And I agree in a way. So I'm trying to open up to her. But for me, I love, like, this guy owns this restaurant. Or at least he owns like a couple or 3 and shit like that. And there's a story behind it, and there's a process, there's a whole like fantasy behind it, right? I love that whole story behind things, you know.
Yeah.
So I always try to go to this. That's why when I go to Japan, she always goes to chains, and I always go to
So you get both
small-
best of both.
yes. And we always
Yeah.
have this debate. So like for me, I think when you say your name and all that, it really means a lot more. Like what's the Burger Lab guy's name again?
Who?
What's the Burger Lab
Reggie?
guy? Reggie.
Yeah.
He too, I think, does that so well.
Yes.
Right? Do
I
you
think
think like F&B people should be, I wouldn't say celebrity, but put themselves out there more?
I think we should lah. You know, one way it helps also in terms of hiring, like you brand yourself,
Yeah,
you
true.
know, one of the benefits is definitely there lah. But I think it also makes sense to you have the opportunity to actually be in a platform to tell your story. You know, you kind of want to share like you guys say lah. We did like so many things behind the scenes, but who knows? right? Right?
It's a fucking tragedy, bro.
Yeah.
I cry.
All the effort, my God.
All the effort, right? So a lot of things that we even though, like, for example, we actually reached the stage of central kitchen where we actually supply
Wow, that
to,
is so legit.
yeah, for consistency and stuffing, where we supply to the other branch, right?
Yeah.
But one thing that we don't want to do is to actually just prepare everything, deep freeze, and then microwave there.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's the easy.
That's definitely
Yeah,
easy
because
lah.
that I thought of a chain restaurant that you said that I had. Why I was saying,
You make Jen happy, lah. Okay.
yeah, because I had this nasi lemak or something like that. I actually asked for more gravy. The feedback was, we couldn't get you more gravy because
Everything's prepackaged.
it's in a package.
Yeah.
Oh, then I realized this is microwave food technically.
Yeah,
because they cook everything.
Yeah. One serving.
It's already like that.
Yep. So that is something I don't know, because I can actually taste it. Yeah.
Julie, I gotta ask, this is Madame Kwan's.
I don't know about Madame Kwan's.
Madame Kwan's is frozen.
It's frozen.
Yeah. I hate to break it to you.
Really, yeah, it's quite good though.
It is.
Yeah.
But that only goes to show sometimes frozen food can be great.
Yeah.
Man.
I think it's actually good.
Yeah. I remember we went to Langkawi. Then we had this superb corn.
Yeah, that corn was godlike.
I was like, my god, where was this corn made? She's like, bro, it's frozen. I'm like, it's frozen? Then my mom told me, I don't know whether you know this, but like things are frozen at the peak of its freshness for vegetables and fruits.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's a good thing. Then I'm like, wow.
I think veggie is fine. Okay, to me, if it's a fresh product that you freeze, I could still tolerate it, to be honest, like my lamb. But if it's something that
It's like powdered and then add water to like that. Then
or if it's cooked like like cooked curry chicken and you freeze.
Yeah.
That is something that I just felt something is not right lah. Like rice, you can taste like the I don't know, it's like the chiller kind of texture.
Frozen rice.
Dude, have you not just frozen, I think it's pre-packaged rice.
Pre-packaged, yeah.
Yeah, like in Japan they serve you that.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, maybe it's just me.
Some things are great though. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm a sucker for 7-Eleven food and shit like that in Japan.
Yeah.
Like
I do.
Right, you know company, you know the shit processed and fuck, but you still eat it. It's still good.
I still love my nuggets.
Yeah, sometimes but it's a very respectable thing to have that principle.
I think it's just something that you want to be known and associated with. It's your stubbornness that kind of, drive.
Yeah. It's like Steve Jobs, right? It's Steve Jobs thing. He's stubborn and then, except he's an asshole.
Right. That's
but
why my partner says I'm very stubborn also. I'm stubborn.
I think it's a good way. I think it's definitely a good way. And like I said before, right? Like you showcase yourself and then you show your personality and then people relate to you. Maybe that thing is kind of what sticks to you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, as long as I don't piss people off. That's a good direction, I would say.
I think it's great lah, dude. Like what you bring to the table and what he's done for UG.
Yeah, superb. Honestly, fucking phenomenal job. Can't wait for the yakitori.
Yeah. Okay, later we see this off screen.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know. What would what advice would you give for people who are thinking of going to F&B, whether it's student or whether it's a person that is in a cubicle earning 5-figure salary and like thinking I want to do my own shit? What would your advice be?
Don't
like,
come.
Is it?
No.
What?
I would say, I think it's partly because of like what I've experienced lah. If you have that passion, you really need to balance it with a bit more business sense.
Yeah.
For example, you have passion for gai fan.
Okay.
You can make like crazy gai fan.
Crazy
Damn good gai fan.
Sure.
Right. But you open up in a place where there's 10 gai fan. To me, it doesn't make sense. Whereas if you have like 10 people are selling gai fan, but you're doing duck rice.
Oh.
Well,
Stick out like a sore thumb.
That's that gap lah.
Yeah. Right. I think that's something that I always like to believe lah. And also, but passion definitely has to be your top priority, and then comes to this has to be helping you propel, helping you cycle along the way. You have to actually go hand by hand, like both of these things.
I know in F&B, like there is so much time spent in the kitchen, and sometimes burnout is 100% a true thing, right? Like in every industry there's burnout for sure, but I think in F&B in particular is one of the tougher things, like if you ask me, because you spend hours, right? You wake up fucking early in the morning, for lunch prep. On top of that, you go back fucking late.
Yep.
Because of cleanup and I don't know, debriefing and shit like that.
Yeah.
What would you, if you could speak to someone, right, in that position, right, what would you say to them? Because I know a lot of people who are in that position. Like recently when I did this ramen review on Xerox,
Yeah.
legit this person commented on the YouTube video and said, bro, I wake up every morning so fucking early to boil this broth. And when you tell me my ramen is a 9 out of 10, I'm so fucking happy.
Yeah. They would appreciate.
Right? What would you tell these people to help them go through this struggle every fucking day? Like what would your advice be? Like, you know?
Yeah. I think he has to feel that he's not alone. Like the first thing that he because what I heard from you is that it's a he. It's not a them.
Oh.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not a them. It has to be them, us.
A culture.
A culture. That's why I think culture is a very huge gap in F&B. There's a huge
It's a missing element in a way.
yeah, something is missing in F&B, right? It cannot be like I woke up 6 a.m. to boil the soup. It has to be we woke up at 6 a.m. to boil the soup. Then you would feel someone is there for you. Right? We are doing this together.
It's a human touch. It's a human factor. Yeah.
We're in service lah. Let's be honest, right? You're not here to die alone, right? The responsibility is not yours, right? Yeah. So another thing that I feel is that if that's my opinion, if they did something wrong today with the recipe, it's actually not their fault. It's my fault. It's the kitchen's lead fault. You get what I mean? Because then it actually translates to your SOP is not tight enough. Something is
Wow. That
missing.
is such a
Something is missing there. That's why I always told my partner, if we are being screwed up by if our crew is being scolded by customers, it's not their fault, it's our fault. Because we don't specify what. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, they actually they wanted you to say, you know, if I meet certain situation, what should I do?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. What are the steps that I can do? Like for us, we actually just enforce like a birthday treat. You know, if like someone says that you are free to actually give them something like from the menu, like a certain things. You know, rather than they say no, then customer feel offended. You don't empower them, right? You don't give them options. And, for example, right? You get what I mean? So to me, it's about responsibility. Who's gonna take responsibility on this? Yeah. Shouldn't feel alone.
Shouldn't feel alone.
It's a we thing.
Sometimes it's tough though. You know, I read you say Gordon Ramsay or seafood ma, right? So I actually watched a lot of Anthony Bourdain and Gordon Ramsay and all that also ma, like Marco Pierre White and stuff like that, right? And like I remember Gordon Ramsay was doing a Q&A.
Yeah.
I forgot where lah. What's that? You know Wyatt?
Wyatt
questions, something like that. And Gordon Ramsay was answering questions and he got this long letter from this chef. And this chef was saying the exact same thing I was saying lah, right? This guy is feeling burnout. He thought food was his passion.
Yeah.
He was pouring so much of his life into it and he just wanted to give up. And Gordon Ramsay was like, bro, food is the best thing out there. Why don't you just take a break? You know what I mean? Just go on a holiday, dude.
Yeah.
Just quit your job, go on a holiday, eat some food, feel inspired, come back.
I think that's what Westerners do, right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Actually, we are Asian.
Yeah, don't work that way, dude.
I go on holiday, I come back pokai.
No, but he was saying not just go for holiday as well lah. Like take a break, as in like go work
Take a
in
step
another
back,
kitchen,
yeah.
you know, and then feel inspired again or some shit like that lah, right?
But yeah, certain truth lah. I do like to take like occasionally like break when I reach that certain
Peak
I know
of-
I couldn't take it anymore. Just take a 2 days off.
What, 2 days? Break is 2 days.
Yeah.
Out of the whole year.
Gordon Ramsay take 2 months, you know. This fucker can't take 2 days.
No money, bro. Yeah.
Damn
but yeah, I mean you appreciate the little things in your life lah. Like this MCO for example, it kind of refreshes the mind.
For
Like,
sure,
Yeah.
For sure, man.
It's a hard
Then
reset, man.
you kind of realize that a lot of things can be done differently.
Yeah.
You're pushing in the wrong direction. It's sort of like a snap.
Correct.
Suddenly.
I think sometimes because you like tunnel vision already, right?
Yeah.
You're doing your work until like
You were
Yeah,
super
you
autopilot
are
already,
so-
right? You just
yeah.
go into the office, you
Yeah.
work like a dog, and then you come back, you sleep, you rinse and repeat.
Then
Yeah.
suddenly you
Suddenly,
realize
yeah.
that today cannot go work. Actually quite okay.
You can see the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's not different.
Actually, the doctor hair longer already. You start to realize a lot of things.
Yeah.
Then your mind start to, yeah. But I understand what you say lah. You should take like 2-3 days of break. But you still have to think of work. But you just think of it differently. Not 2-3 days of
This is a
work.
very Asian mentality.
This one business owner mentality.
It's business owner mentality.
I cannot just...
But
I wish I can. I wish I can.
I think it's definitely a personality trait thing.
Yeah.
But it also is maybe it's a different approach thing.
Yeah.
But for me, when I was doing events and all that, also I like Andrew said, it's autopilot already lah, right? And then when you finally like, wow, shit, man, actually there's more to life than these things.
But I think it's also an employee versus employee mentality.
Yeah,
When I was working for people, it's like a totally shutdown. I went to Hong Kong for one because I had so many annual leave when I was working.
Yeah. When you're on leave, you are totally
party and drink.
exactly. Work is not even in the realm of your thought.
Man.
But as an employer,
It's
very
very
different.
different.
Yeah.
Client call, shut.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Oh.
So it's very different. I guess when you're on leave, when you're an employee, right? How do I put this? You can actually pass that certain thing to you actually have a feedback to customers, right? The people you're facing is that only your customers, right?
Yeah.
You actually, let's say you noted them that say you're on holiday. There's no any other reason for them to look for you. But as an employee, it's different. You actually leave your feedbacks, leave your responsibility, you delegate and blah blah blah. But there's always new things coming on, right? They can call me, say, I have this situation. What should I do? You cannot just shut off permanently. You know, like us, there's always like my wife asked me, what time do you finish work? Or can you finish off earlier today? There's no such thing, right? Things just come suddenly, and you're there to give answers.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's a very different mentality. I wish I could say I can shut off. I think it's a debate that I spoke to my wife as well. You know, I wish I could say I could go on holiday for you for 4 days without, looking at emails, looking at your phone, looking at reviews.
It ain't gonna work, man. Yeah.
I can't, man.
Yeah. I mean, you got 20 people who actually have to put food on the table under you. There's no way you can just clock off like that.
Yeah, it is very different, right? So if you're a cook, maybe if you're an owner, I would say it doesn't work.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That is destructive to my like, wow, I should do F&B, but I don't know. Then you cannot, John, you cannot.
No such thing as Japan.
No such thing as Japan 1 week,
Yeah. But I don't think it's a F&B related.
Oh,
it's
a business owner
thing.
It's a business owner thing, 100%. You could own a tech company and you have like 100 employees under you. You're still gonna be same shit.
Yeah. That's why Jack Ma retired. I can retire, so man. Yeah.
How do you think people in F&B like find inspiration to come up with new items on the menu? Then if they are just constantly like hashing out like autopilot, like Andrew said,
right.
How do you come up with like the bak kwa pasta, or how do you come up with like the super ring ribs, like stuff like that, right? Dude, like it shocks me, because when you're doing things on autopilot with SOPs, with protocols, with ingredients that are certain amount, how do you like just, I want to try something new? How do you find inspiration?
I think like I think everyone got different ways of coming out different products, right? I think food is like art. I think it's like sculpturing, right? You have like this blank canvas, right? And then based on that canvas, you want to sculpt, like a certain, right? Like how high is the wood, how, for example, right? So it comes from needs. Like for example, why I came with a rice bowl was because a comment in Century Mall saying that office workers wants more rice in the menu.
Oh.
Right. So I just don't want to do like nasi goreng or
something generic.
Something generic. I was thinking of pork lard rice because it actually ties back to our
pork related.
It also ties back to because pork lard rice was actually something that the poor eat, the Chinese poor eat when they were 70s or 80s. But I just want to give you like a new fresh image. So I came with like a pork curry.
Oh yeah.
The curry was blended also, like damn crazy word. Like a mango flavor, a bit fruity. I was surprised also like fruity kind of mixed well with pork.
Yes. Brings out the flavor in the pork.
But it's a lot of R&D . There's a lot, like I show you
his folder.
A lot of iteration. So there wasn't it's not like I just want to create something, I created something.
Oh, it's always feedback.
It's always feedbacks, it doesn't work, the plating's ugly like hell, like the sambal bakar was because we had the sambal was because every August we had this nasi lemak thing going on.
Yes.
So nasi lemak was done once a month because a lot of work is done
in conjunction with the Malaysia.
So we had a lot of sambal leftover. the sambal is actually, we took 2 hours to cook that sambal. So it was actually very wasteful,
Yeah.
So we thought, why not do something with that? Then we tried lah. I tried. I think I ate like a kg of spaghetti the other day. Yeah,
my God.
because you need to experience the whether it's
for sure.
jala, whether it's good or not, right? Then I actually thought of, why not incorporate papadum inside? So sambal bakar was actually because I thought it was a good tie to Merdeka also, because sambal is Malay, very Malay dish, and bakar is your Chinese, and then papadum is your Indian. And then all in spaghetti, your bawang and everything is in the line.
Bro, that's fucked up, bro.
Your egg and everything. Yeah, so that was a good story also to tell. So every dish I wanted like a story to actually tie to it.
Oh.
Then you kind of gel with the taste, whether it balance out and everything.
Yeah.
Super Rings was because Super Ring lah. We all grew up with Super Ring. Come on, I'm Malaysian, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of Malaysian elements that I grew up with actually goes into that.
Nostalgia,
Yeah.
memories.
Exactly. It's not fusion that I'm trying to hit. It's actually more to memories and things that I grew up with lah. And
Interesting.
like the hot wings that I did.
Yeah. Oh, so rings them fucking superb.
So people use like sriracha.
Yeah.
I use kampung ko. Kampung ko is actually the chili sauce that you ate with dim sum.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
So I wanted that because I really like the taste. And it's something Malaysian also. I think Malaysia should be proud of.
Yeah.
Certain. Yeah.
We just don't get enough limelight or highlight.
Oh, for sure. It's
Yeah.
things in the background, right?
Yeah.
And then you bring it to the foreground in a way.
Most we get is Singaporean media.
Oh fuck,
Man,
man! Don't even.
Laksa.
I see. That's so interesting.
But yeah, like you agree, right? Papadum is actually so undervalued.
Yeah, I read
It's so
this.
good.
Yeah. It cuts across that taste so well, some more actually.
Right, but it's so dirt cheap. It should be. I mean, they should sell more expensive. Yeah, but I think we should value all these things, lah. It's, yeah, because I think food is actually. That's why I hate when people say, "Are you Chinese or are you Western or are you? Why are you? You're trying to be different."
Oh, I see. Identity-wise.
Yeah, but I don't think you should identify yourself. Like for example, if you read about pasta comes from China.
Italy. What?
Yeah, like pasta origins from China.
What ramen?
Exactly, like your ramen comes from
ramen
China.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so all these things are traveling
Intertwined.
here and there, intertwined, and Marco Polo.
Yeah.
You about it, right?
Oh, okay.
So they brought spices come from
India. Yeah.
and everything. So all these things are actually
A product. We are all products of various
of
regions
various
and history.
regions. So
Yeah.
that is something I really believe in when it comes to food.
It's so weird when you say that because I know a couple of chefs that are so against I wouldn't say against. I think they're very pure. They're purists. So like for example, I know a couple of guys who are chefs as well, and they're like, "There's no such thing as fusion." I'm like, "How can you say there's no such thing as
I
fusion?"
mean, clearly it exists. You can't deny its existence,
Yeah.
right?
But he's like, I don't believe in fusion. I'm like, how can you not believe in fusion? I don't get it. But at the same time, I understand the respect for that specific method
Yeah, that
of doing.
belief. Yeah.
Like when you do pizza, for example, right? Like margarita pizza, it's always a very simple base
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
tomato
yeah,
sauce.
yeah.
And like you said before, it's always the total joy in that specific ingredient.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Sometimes I guess it depends on that person, right?
That person. I think it's a story that you try and tell.
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong, I would say. If you're coming from that direction, then you're right.
Mm.
Right. But I'm coming from a more general perspective.
Yeah.
How do you deal with people that actually are the plate throwers in terms of taste? Like I'm sure. Okay, I'm a total fucking fan of the Monster. I know I have the same shirt as well. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And like, how do you deal with people who are not for it and they tell you, bro, it doesn't taste good, but like 9 out of 10 people tell you it tastes good. So how do you deal with that feedback?
I think stages lah. The first stage was accepting more or we try to change lah. We sort of lessen maybe the sweetness of it. Maybe he's right in that sense. But along the way, that like when you say 9 out of 10 say it's good, something is being done right lah. Maybe that one, maybe
Outlier.
Yeah. But like I don't eat sugar. I don't take sugar. I don't take sweet. So I understand where it comes from lah. But to me, if 9 out of 10 likes it and accepts it, I think it's good enough. Like we sort of filter feedbacks right now. If you're saying that the service is not good and so
That is something you can work
understand,
on.
right?
Yeah.
But if you're saying like I find it depends. If they say the texture is something that texture is not good, I will work on that definitely. But if the taste, then unfortunately that is something that we have tested it like 10 rounds, at least 10 rounds minimum. Unfortunately, it is lah, you know. But luckily, majority is fine by it.
I was actually listening to this podcast between Joe Rogan and I think his name is Edward Funky, and he was saying how like if you don't like the pasta, then you just don't like the pasta. I'm sorry, it's not for you.
Just don't like,
You should just leave the restaurant.
But of course, if 10 out of them say they don't like it, then
then you have
something is
fucking problem lah.
Yeah, but I think we learn it that way as well. You don't like it, unfortunately, it is. Like some of them say, I just don't like the sauce. You know, unfortunately, that's the trademark that's the signature lah. You know, do you have like a black pepper sauce? Then we know at that point that maybe he's not that kind of customers we are looking at.
Yeah,
you get me? He's looking for the
Thai,
you get
Western food lah.
You can't be everything for everyone.
Exactly.
Right. Like even fucking Apple, like even in this room alone using Android, right? Right. Like you can't fucking make everyone happy, man. Even if you're Apple,
It's just, I cannot just because of this feedback I change like the whole branding itself to
retrofit one guy.
It doesn't work that way. So we actually filtered out a lot. But of course, when it comes to texture, is something that I really believe in. It's not crunchy enough, it's not crispy enough, it's not soft enough for you. Something I must work out. And that comes with science, of course. You know, your brining, your buttermilk, your acid, how it works. That is something we actually research a lot of things.
I see.
So we do a lot of different marination for different kind of meat, like buttermilk, brining, and everything. And coming back to yakitori, I don't know if you know, surprisingly they don't brine their meat, right?
It depends.
Oh, but the yakitori that I know they don't brine, because when we eat we sort of taste.
Okay.
Yeah, we know lah. So there's something that the experience I have in Down to Bone, something that I actually brought to, you know. But again, then your purists will say it's not Japanese.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Right, you know, but it's just experience that we learn. How can we make like our aglio?
Yeah.
You know the really traditional way was to lightly, you know, saute the garlic.
Yes.
It's not brown. Our aglio is brown as hell. The garlic. Yeah, because I think it's a Malaysian taste, but
100%.
Yeah,
sure.
you get me. We like your Hokkien sami and everything, right?
Yeah.
They actually brown the garlic to get that.
The hyong.
The hyong, right?
Yes.
And I think it's something that somehow our roots lah, basically something we grow.
Have you tried that Korean barbecue place down the road?
No, but I know they are very good.
Okay, so there's a Korean guy that works there.
Yeah.
Okay, and the way they cook it is over charcoal.
Okay.
And it's very near the charcoal.
Yeah.
So when I was cooking, I was like, "Hey, chill lah, bro. I burned the meat, you know. It was on fire, you know. Then I was like, what the fuck? Why Then the Korean uncle is he's literally Korean. He lives in Kuchai Lama.
Yeah.
He comes, he's like, you know how to cook meat, you're a man, you know. Men know how to cook meat. Then I'm like, what the fuck? This uncle's trying to
Service level 1000.
This uncle's trying to school me to cook fucking meat. What the fuck? I cook Korean barbecue fucking long already. He said, this is a real Korean barbecue.
With the accent.
Yeah. Then he says, you don't brown the meat. Then I'm like, you don't brown the meat? Bro, have you all ever heard that? Have you heard that? Don't brown the meat.
I don't know, man.
The meat is supposed to look grey.
I don't know, man.
You see the skepticism is rising, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Then Jen was like, actually it's true. Then I like, whoa, culture shock. Whole fucking SOP change, right? Because, right, I said, I think meat should be brown, man.
So what, the SOP change?
Yeah, everything, like, no, it's not just me lah. I mean, a lot of people come in Malaysian mentality. I was going back to your taste buds, and I was saying, and everybody was saying like, how not brown the meat? It's either burnt or grey. They changed the whole thing just to retrofit the Malaysian taste buds. So I don't even know what the fuck is purist and what the fuck is.
I mean, you have to curate it to your market.
Right. I think you cannot just force your way.
So rigid. You gotta loosen up. Yeah.
Right. It's like if I were to go to Japan and open like banana leaf rice. That was what I always wanted to do, you know.
It might fly, no?
It might fly because. One, I think Japanese, the way they eat is very interactive. You remember that what they call it, the fried beef with the, then you grill gyukatsu and everything. So you have banana leaf and then you force everyone to eat with hands. It might fly. It might fly.
Tokyo has the most Michelin stars in the world, so I think they're very receptive to food. To be fair.
But going back to your taste bud point, right? Like you have to tone down, right?
Yeah. You have to accommodate.
Exactly.
Accommodation is probably the way to propel your business in a specific location.
Yeah.
Like I would think like even going to I don't know, Klang also probably tastes different. There was this Maggi goreng place. I don't know whether you remember. I don't know whether you know of this Maggi goreng place. Like all of our group lah. It's like the holy Maggi goreng. You know?
Oh wow. I have to try, man. Shit.
I cannot already.
No more already. It was near Hapki, you know Hapki, the basketball court.
I'm not familiar with Klang. Oh, you mean what?
Here OUG.
Here,
Now it's Samkamki ma. Last time Hapki ma, right?
Yeah.
So there was this Maggi goreng there. That was absolutely goddamn legendary. It's disgusting lah, the place. Like, you know
That LA
LA one.
yeah.
You know, right?
Yeah.
Bro, okay, so right, at night at 2 a.m, I don't know whether you hang out that late lah, okay?
No.
That time lah, all of us do lah, right? You were at the fucking longkang there. It's absolutely disgusting, bro. But his Maggi goreng was so fucking good, okay? It was incredible. And then the asshole that was giving his water and his electricity decided to double his rent. Of course he can't fucking pay lah, right?
Yeah.
So he moved and he went all the way to like, I don't know, further than Sungai Buloh.
Fucking
further
far
lah.
away. We still visited him.
Wow.
Still visited him for his Maggi goreng.
Because it's holy Maggi goreng, bro.
And when we had his Maggi goreng, it was different already.
Oh.
And he you know when we visit him, he cried, you know.
Shit.
He's from India lah. So he's so fucking happy to see us, right? Because he loves us so much. I even hugged him. I was crying also, you know, because he was there since I was 9, bro. So when he left and he went there, his Maggi goreng changed. And he told me that, look, this Maggi goreng, right, it's not going to taste the same. It's to change to the local area here. Because when I cook for y'all, right, I know y'all are Chinese. Chinese people like a bit sweet one. When you cook for Malay, you need to make it a bit spicy. So when I went there and I had it, it wasn't the same already. And it was a fucking tragedy, bro. It's like witnessing a second death, you know.
Yeah.
It is true, man. The location.
It's all to survive, lah. There's no choice, lah.
That is such a fucking shame. Dude, Junkit, I fucking learned damn a lot in this fucking podcast, bro.
I'm very happy to share to you guys.
So much.
First one.
I don't know. Are there any last questions you wanna ask or anything? Any parting words you want to give to someone out there or someone who wants to achieve what they want to do, although they're earning 5-figure salary? I don't know.
For delivery, please visit www.sepaikuat.com.
Okay.
No, extra right there.
I don't know, but thank you so much, dude. Like, fuck, I know it's really fucking late. I know it's Saturday and you have to work the whole fucking day and come here and do this as well. But I thank you so much, dude.
I'm happy. I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, good.
Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I feel like we've learned so much from this podcast. I swear to God, shit, man. I cannot thank you enough, dude. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
For coming on the podcast. Do I need any last
guys.
things,
Nope,
whatever?
nope.
Dude, visit sepaikuat.com, right?
Yeah.
I'll put it down in the link below. I'll put your Instagram below as well.
Yeah, I was
alright?
going to do this like.
Alright, thanks, Ruki. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And good night, guys.
Thank you.
Oh, dude, you get fucking legit.
Thanks, man.
Fucking legit.